We call the today's conditions or today's world as a VUCA world, where V stands for volatility, U stands for uncertainty, C stands for complexity, and A stands for ambiguity. So in this world, when we have such situations happening, and we have put it in a matrix format where on the x-axis we have taken how much do you know about the situation, high or low, and on the y-axis we have taken how well can you predict outcome of your action. So based on these two factors, we have four quadrants, and the four quadrants are VUCA, depending upon what is the scenario. Now when we talk of VUCA world, where volatility means that there is a continuous change, and change is the only constant, we cannot stop change. Change will always happen. That means we have to prepare ahead of change, what will happen. So that is one part. Then uncertainty comes in, because uncertainty comes in when it becomes difficult to predict something. If we are not able to predict, it becomes uncertain. But yes, we know about it that change will happen, but we are not, it's not predictable. Then things are uncertain. Now this is again a challenge for us, that how do we prepare ourselves for this kind of change. Similarly, complexity. Complexity always talks of when we have multiple dimensions, multiple forces, multiple factors, and those factors are also interconnected. One has an impact on other has an impact on third factor, and so on. So there is a kind of complexity where multiple things have to be looked at simultaneously. So that is again coming up when things are becoming more and more complex in the coming world. Things are not that simple. Banking is not what it used to be 5 years back or 10 years back or 20 years back. Banking has completely changed. And then ambiguity comes in when we are not able to predict, at the same time we have very little knowledge about what is going to happen. So then ambiguity is there, that there is no clarity as such. So in this situation, actually we have to look at the future scenario and look at that how best can we tackle such situations through team building. And why do we always focus on team or team building? Because team is the smallest and most important unit of an organization, through which practically we are trying to implement everything. So in this scenario, when things are uncertain, things are volatile, things are complex, things are ambiguous, and in those conditions what we need to do, what kind of skills we should have in our team members. And when we always talk of skill, we always talk in terms of skilling, reskilling, upskilling, and so on. So once one skill is acquired, is not for lifetime now. Once some learning has been done today, the learning is not for lifetime. It has to be continuous. Even skilling has to be continuous, learning has to be continuous. And when we talk of such scenario, then some new dimensions which have come up, and very importantly, like innovation,